We're going to talk about different putting styles that you can experiment with, but really try to find a style that feels most comfortable and works for you and stick with it. First of all, let's just start with the conventional style. Really what most players on tour, the most popular way to use it is what's called a reverse overlap grip. So we're going to have our trail hand below our lead hand, and then we're going to take this lead pointer finger and point it down our trail hand. This is used by Jack Nicklaus, Tiger Woods, a lot of great putters, but you can also do overlap, interlock. You can really use whatever feels most comfortable for you, but this has been really shown as the most effective for conventional grip in controlling that club face. Now, if you feel that conventional grip doesn't feel great to you, you don't have good control of the face, you could then move on to try some alternatives. And the first one that people will move to is cross-handed or lead hand low. And the idea there is we still want to keep the club shaft in the lifeline of our hands, but that lead hand is going to be below our trail hand. And you can also experiment with a lot of different ways that you want. You could do baseball grip where your hands are apart. You could do reverse overlap, as you can see here as I take my trail pointer finger and point it down, interlock, overlap. But the idea is that lead hand is lower than your trail hand. Another grip that I've seen work with some players on tour is just putting our hands together, or what would be called a prayer grip. You can either kind of take like your pointing pointer fingers like you're pointing, or even make it a gun with both of your hands, and then you put them together here as well. That would be a prayer grip. It's not used by as many players on tour, but it really is physically a great way to hold the putter. So something definitely worth experimenting with. And lastly, with styles with the short putter has really become popular in recent years, which would be the claw or the saw grip. And the idea there is our lead hand stays on the putter very similarly to we would have in the conventional grip. But we're gonna take our trail hand and we're gonna put it on the bottom there in the form of a claw or a saw. And there's no right or wrong way to do this. I would just focus on whatever feels comfortable for you. Now, I know when I putted with this, what felt good to me is putting 3 fingers on top, and then I would have this pinky finger almost pushing into the shaft here. That's one way to try it. You could also do a saw where you only have 1 finger on top and the other fingers on the side. Now, really important fundamental with this grip, if you are going to try it, is to make sure that your wrist stays flat. We don't want there to be any massive angle here, because when we have our wrist flat, if we have any type of hitch in our trail hand, which is typically why people go to the claw, if we have any type of hitch, as long as we keep this trail wrist flat, it's not going to affect the face at all. It might add a little bit of loft to the putter, but it's not going to affect the face, and the ball will still start on line.